Welcome back to LexiEnglish, where we keep English simple, practical, and enjoyable. I'm Jake.
And I'm Rachel.
Hi to all our amazing listeners around the world. Jake, you look a bit strange today. Everything okay?
Not really. I'm emotionally hurt. I was cleaning my room last night and I found an old picture from my very first job. It stirred up quite a memory.
Oh no, that sounds dangerous. How bad was the picture?
I was 17, wearing a uniform that was way too big, and there was a huge coffee stain right in the middle.
Please tell me you still have that photo.
Unfortunately, yes. And I almost cried looking at it.
Because you were emotional about the memory?
No, because I looked completely ridiculous.
Never. That picture is staying hidden forever. Thinking about it, though, reminds me of my own first job.
Same here. First jobs can be incredibly stressful when we're experiencing them, but looking back, they often become quite funny memories.
Exactly, and I think everyone has a story like this. So, listeners, what was your first job? Write it in the comments. Even one sentence is great English practice.
And today, while we share our stories, we'll also teach you useful English words and phrases about jobs and work life. We're focusing on simple English you can actually use, not complicated textbook language.
Rachel, you go first. What was your first job?
Mine was at a small bakery near my house.
That sounds peaceful and nice.
It sounds nice, but the reality was different.
Uh-oh, what went wrong?
First, I had to apply for the job. That means formally asking for a job, usually by filling out a form or giving your details.
And waiting nervously for an answer.
Exactly. I was only 16, super nervous. And when I walked in, I just said, "Hi, I want to work here."
Very confident, I see.
Somehow they hired me. It was a part-time job, so I worked only a few hours a day.
Part-time means fewer hours than a full-time job.
Right. I worked weekends and a couple of afternoons during the week. My job was simple: serve customers and sell bread.
Sounds easy enough.
Not on day one. I dropped a full tray of cupcakes right in front of customers.
Oh no.
I just froze. I didn't even move.
What did your boss say at that point?
She calmly said, "Pick them up."
Okay, my turn. My first job was at a fast food place.
Classic first job.
I was 17 and needed money, probably for useless things.
At least you're honest.
My first shift, which means a fixed working time, started at 6 a.m.
That's early.
Very early. And on my first day, they told me, "You're working on fries."
That doesn't sound too hard.
That's what I thought until I burned 3 batches.
3?
The kitchen smelled terrible. My colleague, someone you work with, asked me if I had ever cooked before.
That must have hurt.
It did. I felt completely in over my head.
That means the situation feels too difficult for you.
Exactly. But after a week, I improved a lot.
That's what we call hands-on experience, learning by doing.
Let's be honest, first jobs are not always fun.
True. One difficult part is the pay.
I earned minimum wage, which is the lowest legal pay.
And when you get your first paycheck, your salary, you realize how hard it is to earn money.
I remember thinking, that's all I earned?
Same feeling here. Another challenge is dealing with bosses.
Some are great, some are not.
My boss was kind, but she had one unbreakable rule: never sit down.
That's tough. Standing all day is exhausting work.
Even though first jobs are hard, they undeniably teach us important life skills.
Absolutely. You learn responsibility, communication, and patience.
My job helped me become more confident when talking to people.
Mine taught me to be on time.
Sometimes first jobs feel like dead-end jobs.
That means jobs with no growth or future opportunities.
But Actually, they're not useless. You're always learning something, even if you don't realize it at the time.
Absolutely. If I could go back, I would tell myself, don't be afraid to ask questions.
And I would say, relax. Making mistakes is a normal part of the process.
Also, being kind to your coworkers is crucial.
Good colleagues can truly make your job much easier.
These funny, difficult, and sometimes embarrassing memories from our first jobs truly help us learn and grow.
Every job teaches you something valuable, regardless of how it starts.
For more practical English insights, you've been listening to Lexi English.
Share this episode with a friend who is learning English.